Doesn't.
It's good. Better to try. Okay. Happy Monday. Happy February. Something that I have been saying, and I'm not gonna like copyright it or pretend like I came up with it for the first time, but I feel like in my world, in what I'm seeing in our workout classes and all of this stuff, that like for our circles of people, February is the new January. Like Feb is the new Jan. Like in January, there was no one in our workout classes, and all of our teachers were like, what is going on? Like, where is everybody? And I'm like, I get it. Like, we're trying to get everyone else on track, cleaned up from Christmas, like get back into like school and laundry and all the things, right? And then finally, things are starting to get back into rhythm. And both of the classes that I was in this morning were packed to the max. So what does this mean? People are finally ready to think about themselves a little bit and get back on track with maybe their personal goals instead of what has to be done for the family, what has to be done for the kids, what needs to be done in the house, and right, all of this stuff that just feels overwhelming at the turnover of a year. So, I just really want to encourage you with that, because if you've been in conversations or you feel like you're not getting as much traction on posts or, feedback from other conversations, like follow up, like utilize this month well, because February really is a catalyst into one of our busiest seasons historically, and cyclically each year. Typically March and April and May are some of our highest join months. And so what does that mean? That if you're tapping into filling that funnel, you are going to be able to have so many people moving through this beautiful pipeline from, someone who's watching your stories and watching your posts and in conversation with you in this funnel, to a brand new VIP, to a happy VIP, to a loyal customer, to someone who's potentially going to want to share and stick this out with you for long, right? And so that's what we want, but we have to utilize that time also. Tonight's call, we're going to just talk about how we are setting up February as a team to help in that, but also wanting to encourage you off the bat that this is the time to really get your mind wrapped around where you want to be. Where are you? Get that red dot. That's one of the things from that Cedar Rock Ministries that I always share about, that amazing marriage retreat that we went to, and something that Jessica used to say all the time is, where are you? What if you're on a map, what's your red dot? We need to know that in our emotional health and in our relationships. We need to know that in your business, because if you don't know where you are, you don't know how to get where you want to be. And so that is where the monthly workflow comes in. That may not be something that you're utilizing. I know you might see me post that off and on, maybe every month, every other month. It is a great tool if you need a map to kind of show you where you're at and how to get where you want to go. I just want to encourage you with that right now, because if you can utilize a positive mindset and some good direction and activity-based goals, the next few months may be some of the most fun that you've had in your business in a while. And a lot of that comes from where we begin that in our minds and our hearts, and how that overflows into our activity. So for just a minute, I want to take literally 2 minutes, because I don't want this to be the bulk of the call, because we've got some other things to go over, and then we want some productivity at the end. Where did you end last month? What were your points? We don't have to share unless you just want to, for accountability's sake. Gold schools are coming up, and they're all in wonderful places that you actually are going to be able to travel to. We got Grand Rapids, we got Philadelphia, right? Or it wasn't actually Pittsburgh, it's in Philadelphia, right? Atlanta, you guys come down and see me. All of these great places, and really just wanting to refocus on what are your points, right? I get out of the habit a lot of times, especially when you're in dual ranks, your ranks are so much further apart. It's very easy to get out of the habit of point tracking throughout the month and trying to, hit your next rank goal, because there's a bigger gap there. But even if your goal is to maintain, we should be tracking who's ordering every month when those orders are coming through, because we cannot just assume that people are going to order. That is how we go backwards. That's how people fall off the wagon and we forget them for a while and then have to go back and like beg them, right? So take a minute. Look at your back office, or if you already know, jot it down. What were your points at the end of the month last month, where you ended with that? And then really think about how many people you have that should or could be ordering in your back office, and how many people you really could be in conversation with and go after some of the incentives that we've got going on this month that you could add new to your team. So that's number 2. Thirdly, who on your team has stopped sharing or could be starting to share that you could be helping to go silver or re-rank silver or earn these incentives for themselves, right? That's how we grow our points, and that's how we track our points. Who is ordering and could be ordering, who is, what was the second one? Who are you going to add new to your team? And then who else is going to be growing their team and growing their points, right? Yay, Melody! You re-ranked gold for the first time in a while. That is awesome. I re-ranked diamond last month. That was fun. Yay. Went below. December was like a poo-poo. And so I was really glad to see that pop back up. And that was the first time in 3 years. And so I'm not worried. Our team is still amazing for being where we're at. So, but yes, think about that. Where are you? Where did we end? Because that's going to be the direction that you're going to take this month. If you don't have a pinpoint of where you want to go now, then the activity is just busy work. And nobody, Genevieve is my favorite thing she said, nobody wants to get on a plane to nowhere and just be like, oh, get on this plane and just work for no reason. No, you work because you have a goal in mind. And if you don't have a goal in mind and steps to take, then it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, you're not going to do it. Okay, so those things are things we need to be thinking through. And here are some of the fun things that are going to be helping us along the way. I am going to share my screen for just a hot minute. And we're just going to quickly, I'm not going to go over all of the things. And I know you can just laugh when I say quickly and know that it doesn't always mean very quickly, but I promise that I mean quickly. At the top of our business page is always, you can click on the cover photo and it is this post, but it's also right here in the pinned things. All of the February incentives are here. Okay. So if you're like, what am I offering to people? What's going on? What can I earn? It is literally all right here. Basically, if you were paying attention last month, it looks really similar. They kept all of the free product stuff. So Triplex plus Reset comes with a free balance. If you do the ultimate weight loss combo, you can use code FREESLIM, get another free slim. That one's not stackable because we also have Give 10, which is going to get $10 off the order. And for new customers that order through the 15th, they get a $1 membership. So that means we need to be following up with anyone who didn't sign last month, because now we've got basically all the same stuff and they can join for $1, right? So that's awesome. Save 10 is back on there. If you don't know who to reach out to about that, pretty much people who didn't order in January can now order in February using, like, your current customers can order in February using that code and save $10 off their orders. That's going to be that first bucket of people, right? Who is in your back office that could and should be ordering that's maybe fallen off? Send them a message and say, hey, there's $10 off. Can I help you get your order set up this week? Product of the season. Okay, business builders. Obviously, we want to be tracking convention contests. If you're not thinking about that yet, trust me, you're going to wish you were thinking about it early when we're all hanging out in Vegas in June and you want to be going to those dinners and such, right? So that's why we also want to be an activity now. We got your build your own incentive to earn extra cash for that trip or for whatever. Add 6 people, get 400, retain 6, that's 200, help a level 1 rank up, another $400, right? So if you're personally recruiting and checking on the people that have been ordering from you, those same 3 buckets, right? Help a level 1 rank, you are going to be earning lots of extra cash at the same time. All right, we've also got the enrollment incentive, which is super fun. Let's see, I posted another post that actually has the, oh my word, what am I doing? Jody, don't hate me. There it is. There's the bento box. Okay, look how cute this is. They showed this on the Jewel call and everyone was like, okay, that's really cute. Like super random, but I kind of love it. You know what I mean? Very neutral. Those of you like teacher girlies, work girlies, or whatever, like don't let your kids steal it. It's super fun. But little bento box, and it's all branded, of course. These pockets are cute. So that's just for adding 3. Same 250 perks, which has been great. And then that's for your add 3 and then add 6 and you get $400 cash to boot. So that's pretty awesome. Something else you can be offering your people is, let me go over to our Awaken Life community page, because I know Jody shared about it in y'all's page, and this is in ours as well. We've got a book club coming, and so I'm going to let Jody talk about that in just a sec. The other cool thing about this is, I just shared this in here, but our Club 100 gift giveaway for February, which is anyone on my entire team who has a 100 PV order go through and orders in February. So that's new people and existing customers, including yourselves. You can comment on this post to win the monthly prize, right? So this is a Barefoot Dreams dupe blanket. They're super soft and wonderful. And if you haven't already bought a book or want to wait to buy your book, or whoever orders this, earns this, can also get their book if they have not ordered their book yet. So that's going to come with that as well. So Jody, if you will unmute for just a second and talk for a sec about why you wanted to do this book study and why it's awesome.
Yes, I'm so excited about this. A girl that I follow on Instagram who always is sharing great book recommendations, and I really just appreciate her heart. She shared this book and it kind of piqued my curiosity because she said it really helped her with overcoming some of her bad cycles of thoughts around food and just just always wanting to start over on Monday. And how many times have you said it? And how many times have your customers said it, family members, like, oh, I'll just start on Monday, right? That is just such a classic phrase that we use a lot because we self-sabotage. We do so many things with our nutrition that is really, a lot of it is mindset and a lot of it is just overcoming addictions and overcoming emotional eating and all of that. And so I think that we could serve our audience and we can serve our existing customers by offering a tool like this because we got the supplements down. We know that ours are effective and they're amazing. And we got the workouts down, whether it's Pivotal or there's so many free resources on YouTube. And so people kind of have those two things locked in when they start Plexus. But the thing that's really hard is nutrition. I don't know about you, but that is definitely my biggest struggle probably in life. I love food. I love being social with food. I love everything about it, the comforts that it brings. And so I have used the I'll Start Again on Monday so many times. And so I've already purchased the book. I showed my team. It's actually quite small. This is my phone and this is the size of the book. So it's like a pocket book. So the writing is a little bit on the smaller side. It's hard covered and soft and pretty, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, which is cool. But I've already read the first 6 chapters and I'm like, this is it. This is such a good tool to offer our friends, and to offer each other. And so the first little bit, she does talk about having a nutritionist. So she does talk about like getting a plan and she does more of the low carb, high protein plan. And so we don't have to say like, oh, you have to schedule a time with a nutritionist, but we can offer maybe some tools for our friends that read this book. And then she talks about just surrendering every single craving to the Lord. And so this is a book that just you can share with people that are maybe not believers or would be uncomfortable. Like this book is going to be all about surrendering to the Lord. Like this is about Jesus and how he can help us and set us free from this, because we are meant to crave him and him first. And so everything else needs to submit to him. So that's what this book is about. Just a quick little overview is we will do like a welcome Zoom for people who are or want to order it. Now, here's a little cool thing. Not every customer, if you're like, oh my word, I can't afford it is on sale right now, like $10.60. So if you normally pay people shipping or they're, it's equivalent to that. But if you're like, oh no, I can't afford that, and I want to sign 6 people this month, I can't afford $60. Most people, not most, sorry, that was very negative. Some people are just not going to be interested in that. They're not readers. Maybe they don't struggle with nutrition. Not everyone is going to want that. Like my husband wouldn't want to read this book probably. Like that's just not one of his struggles. So if you assign someone that's maybe not interested, then that's fine. You just don't have to offer to it. It's just an offering that you can provide for them. Okay. And then if you really can't afford it, you can talk to your direct sponsor and maybe you guys can split 5 and 5 because we do want to support you in those goals. And then, so it'll have a welcome Zoom, and then we're still finalizing some of those details that happen in March. But what I'm thinking is that there'll be a finale Zoom where we will celebrate that we read an entire book. Cause as a busy mom myself, I always am so proud of myself for getting to the last page. Right. So we'll celebrate it. We'll talk about our ahas and then probably have a chat in the middle to share more ahas and continue to keep that in the forefront of the reading plan. So week 1 will be chapters 1 through 5, week 2, 5 through 10, things like that, because it goes so fast. The way she writes, each chapter is only like 3 pages. She's a storyteller. So it is not a difficult read. And I think it'll be a really great thing for our friends. So there you have it.
Yay. Thank you, Jody. And that was just such a good recommendation. I'm excited because also remember, this is us getting into that social wellness club feel, not only as a whole, like, yes, we are a big social wellness club. Welcome to our online social wellness club, but like you are inviting people to join your social wellness club, whether that is in person or whatever. Like that's kind of the mentality we're getting at. And so, yes, we want to be offering value to our VIPs outside of our products. And that's, Pivotal is great for that. But things like this, we want them to have success in life and in their health. And so this is just going to be a great practice for that. I'm excited about that. And be thinking about, I really think it would be cool to have like little maybe video overviews of like your best takeaway from those weeks or something. So we may be asking for some volunteers for that. So as you're reading it, and planning on doing that with us, just know that that might be coming if that's something you would be interested in helping with some of the content and that kind of stuff. So, okay, last things last for my section is going to be back over to the business page. I just live on both of these pages. That's why they're at the top of everything. And quickly to just touch on the calendar, which I have not pinned to the top yet. Sorry, my bad. Pinned to featured. Ultimately, this is what I want you to remember. Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Thursday nights. If you don't remember anything else, think to yourself, if it's Monday night, something is probably happening with my team. What can I plug into and be a part of with my team? Whether this month is going to be some shared team times like tonight, especially our Punakana week, we'll probably have another shared team time. Maybe sometimes it's going to look like power hour, whatever. Thursday nights, we're going to have some events going this month. So we want to be inviting to events, and that's what Kim's going to talk about in just a second, but those are going to be Thursday nights. Like we're trying to simplify this, right? And then Sunday nights, as you saw us share yesterday, Melissa Eichenhorst is doing these amazing Zoom opportunity events that are literally 15 minutes. It's pretty much like Real People, Real Stories on crack. It's better probably than what we've ever done on that. And it's a 15-minute Zoom that you can invite people to hear strictly about the business. This is cross company. Melissa has opened it up to all diamonds and all teams. So we're hearing from a lot of people, and it comes with a built-in automated texting service that's going to send them through Silver and 6 if they want to earn $300 in the next week. So like, hello automation, hello system, hello just getting us into a rhythm of talking to people about the business, inviting them and helping them get started. Obviously, it's not a set it and forget it, but it is at least a system that you can bank on that is happening for the next foreseeable future with an automated system. If that person hears something that they like, they get to opt in and hear how to and get text messages basically for a week that are going to help them go through that how to go silver plan, and you can partner with them on that. So pretty much that's it. There's a slim sample event happening in the middle that you're welcome to be a part of. That's going to be fun. Punta Cana Leaders Retreat is happening. Everyone celebrate for people who are going to be in Punta Cana. And I would love to encourage, I know some of you girls already have something scheduled on the 24th. I'm going to try and schedule something here locally on the 24th. This needs to be something we are all thinking about, whether it's just calling some of your local customers and friends who are not your customers to get together and walk together on a Saturday morning, or go out for coffee and hang out. Like, get into the mindset of, I am an influential person in a circle of people that gets to connect and bring people together, right, around this thing. And it doesn't have to be about Plexus or a sip and see or any of that. It can be whatever makes sense to you, but really wanting to encourage that. So use that as a day to just shoot for. Super fun if you want to do something in person on that day. All right, that calendar's up there. If you want to see the nitty-gritties, I have typed all of that in the text, but I'm going to pass it over for the next 10 minutes or so to Kim for some event messaging that we can go ahead and tackle.
Yeah, I want us to take a few minutes as we're beginning. It still feels like the beginning of the month, even though we're 5 days in. It still feels really fresh. And we have intentionally set up this month to have a lot of events to be inviting people to. And a big reason is because, like we talked about, it feels like the year is still just getting started. And a lot of people have tried some things in January and it wasn't going well. They're looking for something new. And it is really the time when I feel like Plexus shines, is February, March, April. Like, people are looking for new healthy routines, and they're recognizing they can't change their diet on their own. Like, that's really hard to do. Some people do, but it is really hard to do. And exercise by itself isn't going to fix your weight goals. And so recognizing the value of supplementation, giving them information about what we have to offer, this is just like a beautiful time to take advantage of that. So we are going to be having messenger events the next 3 Thursdays, essentially. And so use these events for while you're posting stories or just a general post. Be making people curious about these, and be in private messages with people and inviting them to learn more through these events. So definitely utilize this for maybe people you've already been talking to, those current prospect lists, but also for those new reach outs. And like I said, also posting in on your social media accounts and in your stories too. And the more consistently you do this, the more curiosity you're going to create. So, even if you haven't really been posting a lot lately about Plexus, start doing it now. And maybe you don't have a lot of interest for this first week. But as you continue to consistently share, you're going to build curiosity, and you're going to have more and more yeses throughout the month to these different events. So definitely utilize those. And I don't know how many of you guys watched the Bob Heilig training, but he did a great job of guiding us in how to utilize our story to add value and create curiosity. And even if people aren't ready to buy something, they're gonna be still gaining valuable information from you about what you have to offer. So with that in mind, I want to encourage you as you're posting to do those things. But I do want to take a few minutes for us to just send a few messages. Hopefully you have some lists of people that are close by, like they're kind of on the right here on the hook by the door because they've been curious, you've been in conversation with them, but they haven't tried it before. And so we are going to be doing a sample event along with these messenger events. If you guys want to utilize the sample event, we're going to be doing one Monday through Wednesday next week. And so that was kind of strategic in just thinking, hey, if people say yes, they can still utilize some of the beginning of the month deals that we have going on for February because they end the 15th. So yes, you're going to have to be in conversations with those people to get them on to say yes right away if they want to take advantage of that. But so we're going to have a messenger event with just information this Thursday and next Thursday. But we're also going to have a sample event because sometimes people have had some information, but they need an in-between step before they're ready to say yes. And this is just a great way to do it is by offering a sample. So, okay. I have some different message examples. I have some different post examples. I don't have them to post, but what I'll do is I'll share some in the chat and I'll also just read them because I think that, yeah, I think that some people who come to listen later, you can't see the chat. So I'm going to read them as well. But these are going to be for just the messenger event that we have coming on Thursday. This is going to be Thursday, and I'm not sure what time actually. Emma was going to be leading it, and I don't know what she said. I don't remember. At 9. Okay, so remember Thursday, February 8th at 9 p.m. We'll share some graphics and stuff as well in our Awaken Life business chat. But here's an example of something you can send people. I don't think I have the time right in here, so please modify it before you send it to people. But here's one you can send. Hey, maybe you've seen me sharing or heard me chatting about my wellness products I've been taking and wondering what in the world I'm doing. Honestly, I was really curious about it when I was watching my friend, and I'm glad I asked her because I decided to try it and I've been loving it. There's a quick 15-minute messenger event in a thread on Thursday night at 9 p.m. This is 8:30, but it's at 9 with some testimonies and info about a few products that we love. Would you want to pop in and see if this might be a good fit for you? So I would say any message you send, just let them know the details of when it is and what time. And also just let them know that it's going to be really quick, like a quick 15 minutes. And the other thing I love about these messenger events is even if people can't make it right away, they're so easy for people to go back and scroll through and do it when they have time. So I always love that as a follow-up as well. Like, oh, I can't make it at that time. Hey, that's okay. Would you still like to be added to the thread so you can check out the information later when you have time? That can be a great way to follow up with those messages that you send. So I'm going to stop talking a minute. I'll put a few messages, other message ideas in there for you in the chat. But go ahead and just send a few messages to people that kind of quick pop into your mind that maybe you've been talking to about Plexus recently. So I just put in the chat too, some possible information. If you have some happy customers that might want to use it, a messenger event to make some referrals. There's an idea for you in the chat about that as well. So maybe that's something you want to just copy and paste, so you can use later. But just wanted to let you guys know that that is there for you also. All right, guys, it's a little bit after 9, and so hopefully this gave you a little bit of time to kind of get the ball rolling with some different messages and kind of tweak things to make it your own. And it's something that's easy for you to kind of keep going with the next couple of days during your work time. Um, Something else that is great for these events is I kind of mentioned this, just reaching out privately to some happy product takers. Um, if you do have happy product takers, sometimes they are willing to make a shout out post for you, but then having those people invite their people that are interested to a messenger event is a really great way to just connect them and invite them to learn more. That's not very scary. So anyway, that's just an idea for you if you do maybe have some people who have been loving a reset and get balance challenges we've been doing, that kind of thing, and they want to learn just a little bit more before maybe they sign up for the next thing. These events are great for that too. So you can definitely reach out to some happy product takers and see if they have some friends that might want some more info. But I think that's all we have for tonight. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to add, Sal, before we hop off?
No, that's it. I just thank y'all for being on, and I'll get this recording posted so we can share with our friends that couldn't hop on tonight, and ultimately make this month fun. It's the month of love. Love on your customers in fun and creative ways, and then also just bring back a little love into why you're here and what you're doing and where you want to go. I think that that's always something we need to continuously remind ourselves. And if you need a little help with that, let me plug that monthly workflow again. There are 10 reset questions at the beginning of that can kind of help you really jog your brain and your heart on where you are and where you want to go. So anyway, love you guys. Happy Monday and excited to see where this month leads. Good night.